Welcome to my new channel, The Truths Explained. I'm Hugo Pellegrino, and today I'll be talking about an issue that is at least a little bit weird. And the issue is Spanglish. Yeah, you heard it right. But I'm not gonna be talking about the movie from 1994. I will actually be telling you how society, mainly the Latino population, they managed to merge two different languages into one. And I'll try to tell you exactly, or at least from my point of view, how it ended up happening. Melón de agua. Do you know what it means? It means watermelon. But do you know the right word for watermelon in Spanish? Sandía. Yeah. So how did it become a completely different word that comes from the literal translation into another language? How did to print in American Spanish became printar instead of imprimir, the right translation of to print into Spanish? According to Wikipedia, Spanglish is a portmanteau. It's a French word that means a blend of the words Spanish and English. Is as any language variety, such as contact dialect, hybrid language, or Creole conversations that results from conversation combining in Spanish and English. The term is mostly used in the United States and refers to a blend of words and grammar of the two languages. More narrowly, Spanglish can specifically mean a variety of Spanish with a very heavy use of English loanwords. Since different Spanglish arises independently of different regions of varying degrees of bilingualism, it reflects the locally spoken varieties of English and Spanish. Different forms of Spanglish are not necessarily mutually intelligible. In the late 1940s, the Puerto Rican journalist, poet, and essayist Salvador Tio coined the term Spanglish for Spanish spoken with some English terms, and the less commonly used Inglañol for English spoken with some Spanish terms. After Puerto Rico became a territory of the United States, the use of the words became even bigger. Then the Cuban Revolution happened, and Cuban people also started going to the United States, and they started using this so-called dialect. I do not want to blame the immigrants for this issue in society, but I do want to say one thing, and this is my very personal opinion. You're getting a little bit tired, right? Okay, so you can pause the video, grab a glass of water, and please do subscribe to my Patreon. Ready? Okay. With the idea of bringing information to the Latin population of the United States, at least two main television stations were founded, Telemundo and Univision. Originally launched as Netspan in 1984, the network Telemundo was rebranded in 1987 after the network owners purchased the previous owner of WKAQ Television, Channel 2, a television station that is based in San Juan in Puerto Rico, branded on air as Telemundo. The other network, Univision, has its roots that can be traced back to the year of 1954 when Raúl Cortés started K-Core Television, an independent station in San Antonio, Texas, which was the nation's first Spanish-only television outlet. The station was not profitable during its early years, and in 1961, Cortés sold his channel, K-Core Television, now known as KWEX TV, to a group headed by Mexican entertainment mogul Emilio Azcárraga Vidal-Reta, owner of the Mexico-based Telesistema Mexicano, the forerunner of the TV channel Televisa. Cortés' son-in-law, Emilio Nicolás Sr., who helped produce variety programs for the station, held a 20% stake and remained as KWEX general manager for around 3 decades. The new owners helped to turn around the station fortunes by heavily investing in the programming, most of it being outsourced from Telesistema Mexicano, having a gigantic quantity of non-speaking English Americans, citizens and immigrants. They started to watch these TV stations all around the country and in many other parts of the world. And eventually, Spanglish became a language. A confusing and quite difficult language, to be honest, in a way that mainly people that actually know Spanglish can actually really understand it. I don't want to be a pain in the ass and tell people that they need to learn English and Spanish properly, but I do want to make a point. The United States of America has an amazingly bad immigration system. It keeps people in the dark, don't allow them to become citizens, keep them waiting to be deported, as did the previous American administration, kept undocumented people worried, and including kept families on cages on the border with Mexico. Unfortunately, there's no use crying over spilled milk. But, for crying out loud, can we perhaps have some comprehensive immigration reform and at least teach people that are entering the United States of America how to speak its language? You're gonna tell me that there are English as a second language program. Well, let's be honest. It's hard to try to understand a person when they are switching from a language to the other. It definitely happens to me. I'm gonna be honest. I do speak 4 languages. I do know that from a biological and neurological point of view, it is amazingly hard to change from one language to the other. But at least, let's be reasonable. There are words that are completely missing their meaning if we're trying to mix one language with the other. What do you think about it? Do you speak English, Spanish, Spanglish, a little bit of both? Please, tell me your point of view. As always, I will ask you to support me on Patreon on the link that's on the bottom of the screen. And if you have any doubts, you can always shoot me an email at hugo.loh@gmail.com. Thank you very much for watching.